What's up, Heat fans? Game 82 is here. The final game of the regular season for the Miami Heat is here on this Sunday afternoon. Miami returns back home after a little road trip this week to play the Washington Wizards to close out the regular season. It has been a long season here at the Heat Report where we have done about 60-plus watch parties this year, and it all comes to a close today before we move on to the postseason, which even though the Heat aren't guaranteed a spot in the playoffs, they will be in the postseason with a game on Wednesday against the Chicago Bulls in the play-in. That has already been finalized. So there really is nothing to play for today other than maybe moving up one spot in the draft lottery standings if you lose and the Suns win. But the Suns are 14.5-point underdogs against the Kings today, so that's probably not going to happen. So either way, it looks like Miami will be having the 11th best lottery odds as well as the 10th seed in the play-in. But hey, we'll see if the Suns could pull off a win later today. We'll be here live for the final game of the season. We'll be here live as well on Wednesday for the play-in game. So let's enjoy the last couple of potential streams this season as Heat fans, as a family here. And as always, we like to start it out by finding out where my friends are watching from. Shout out your city for me down in the comments section. Where are y'all at on this Sunday afternoon? Listen, it's a sneaky good sports day today, Justin. I tell you what, you got Master Sunday, final day of the regular season. You got, I guess that's it. But hey, baseball too. Baseball's fun too. Listen, you know what it is. I like baseball. When is the Mets playing today? They play at 3. Okay, so right after this game, I get to watch. Awesome. That's what I like to see. I got my guy Simply in NOLA, Austin's in Tallahassee, Vidbull in Costa Rica, Jay the Fox is in Miami, Joe is in Alabama. What's up, Melvin? What's up, Jay the Fox? Appreciate the nice comment, Jay the Fox. Another year of great coverage. Hey, we try our hardest around here. And the good news is we still got a lot more coverage to bring you. Play-in, potential playoffs, even though I don't think they ultimately get to there. We'll have you covered with everything in the offseason, trade rumors, draft rumors, free agency. I think this is going to be one heck of an offseason for the Miami Heat. And I think you could say that every year. Because every year, it feels like the Heat are involved in some chaos. Whether it was Kevin Durant and Donovan Mitchell 3 years ago, Damian Lillard 2 years ago. I mean, last season, I will say, was a relatively quiet offseason for Miami. There wasn't really any crazy rumors going around. But this year there will be. They'll be connected to Trae Young. They'll be connected to a Ja Morant, Kevin Durant. Obviously, with 2 potential draft picks, money to spend a little bit in free agency. What do they do with Rozier? What do they do with Duncan Robinson? They'll have money in free agency. It's going to be an awesome offseason. So make sure you're here and make sure you stick around because it's going to be a lot of fun this offseason. I feel like I got some sun, Justin. I tell you what. I don't know. I knew I was outside all day yesterday. I had some drinks. I was on the golf course. And you got sun when you hit the shower after playing golf and you're like, oh, that kind of stings a little bit.
That little heat burn.
A little heat burn. I don't think I'm that crazy red, but I feel like in the camera here, it kind of looks a little red. I don't know. Whatever. NBA champions, Virginia. Jay the Fox, do I want to re-sign Alec Burks for the vet min? Absolutely. First of all, he should have been getting more playing time this year. I tell you what. It infuriates me that he did not get more playing time before the last 2 months of the season. He should have been playing in November, December, when we still had Jimmy and everyone trying to win games. He should have. Drives me nuts that he wasn't. Because I was someone saying play Alec Burks. And he's only shown me right so far. All right, before we get to this game, it's 6.5 minutes away. Let's tell everyone about our sponsor, which is Prize Picks. Appreciate Prize Picks for sponsoring the Heat Report all year long. And I promise you, they ain't going anywhere. They'll be here in the offseason with us as well. And the basketball postseason is almost here, so make sure you get started with Prize Picks. But we also have one more Heat game. I'll show you my picks here in just a second. But let's tell you about our sponsor, which is Prize Picks. Today's show is sponsored by Prize Picks, the #1 daily fantasy sports platform I play every single day. It's so easy. All you do is pick more or less on 2 or more player stat projections, and you can win up to 1,000 times your cash. Join over 10 million users and sign up today. You can mix and match player projections from different sports. With basketball in the postseason, you can go baseball, hockey, golf, esports, and much more. They invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks does not hit. They have weekly promotions like Flex Friday, Taco Tuesday. Example, on Taco Tuesday, each player or that they discount can be up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineups. I have an entry for tonight's game, as I always do. Not many Heat games left, so we have to take advantage of the ones that we do have. I've got more than Khalil Ware, 1.5 3-pointers made. It's game 82, folks. He's going to just chuck them up, and I think he's making 2 of them, so I'll take the Demon. Also, Jaquez back in the starting lineup. Yeah, I'll take his more than on 16 points. I'll go less than on Alex Sarr, 15.5 points. Ware is going to lock him up. Sarr is not as good as our guy Khalil. That's a 3-player entry right there. Join me and millions of others. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. One more time, download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. All right, shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's show. This is our super chat menu as we're 4.5 minutes away from getting underway. $5, I'll do 5 push-ups, $10 shots, and then $20 gets you into the Heat Report Hall of Fame. Our Heat Report Hall of Fame basketball, a lot of names on it, but there is still some room. We only have 2 guaranteed streams left this season. Today and Wednesday. The Heat lose Wednesday against the Bulls. No more live shows for a very long time, and the 24-25 season comes to a close. So if you always wanted to get into the 24-25 Hall of Fame, today's your last chance to do it. $20 super chat will get you on the ball and be a Hall of Famer and be eternalized. Is that right? Eternalized? That's not a word. I don't think that's a word. I'm trying to make up stuff here. What else am I going to do? Either way, the last couple chances here, We'll probably raffle this ball off during the draft. That sounds right. 3 minutes till tip-off. Make sure you've hit that like button. 80 people watching, only 25 likes. Can we get to 40 likes before we tip off, please? Can we get to 40? We're 15 away from 40 likes. Come on, hit that thumbs up icon. Get the 40 likes before we tip off. 2.5 minutes away. Is Tyler here most improved? He's not going to win it. I think he is deserving of the award, but I don't think he's going to win it. Unfortunately, I do not think so. I do not think so. I thought John Rahm didn't make the cut at the Masters. Was I wrong on that? Unless that's a mistake by ESPN Plus. Either way, the starting lineups are about to get announced for this game. Heat resting a lot of guys. They are. No Herro, no Bam, no Wiggins, no Larsson. Starting lineup for Miami: Davion Mitchell, Duncan Robinson, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Haywood Highsmith, Khalil Ware. Off the bench, they'll have Tara Rozier, Kashad Johnson, Josh Christopher, and Kyle Anderson. 9-man lineup. 9-man lineup. All right, minute and a half to go until tip-off. If you're ready for the game, spam those me's. Spam those me's. At least we're caught up on this one. Didn't have to. No Isaiah Stevens, which is a bummer. I would have liked to see him get PT today. He's hurt with a foot injury. Real bummer.
A real foot injury or a phantom?
No, it's a real foot injury. There's no reason to have a two-way player have a phantom injury, Justin. I wish he was starting. I love Davion Mitchell, but I would have loved to see Isaiah Stevens minutes. But unfortunately, he's hurt. We'll see Christopher and Kashad Johnson today, though. Dylan Gamer, Scenes, Melvin, NBA, Cat Slayer, Vid Bully, all fired up for today's game. Keep on spamming those me's if you're fired up. Tyler Santana, Cat Slayer. It's been a very interesting season. Gotta be honest. I know we still have a play-in stream this upcoming week, but I'm kind of happy the season's over. It's been an annoying year, and I will miss you guys, hanging out with you guys all the time. But I'm just ready for a reset with the Heat. I need a break from watching them. Like, when the season ends, it's going to be nice not to watch them for a couple weeks, and then I'll get back excited about getting better next year. I just need a 2-week reset, man. That's really what I need. Tyler Santana says, do we think we can make a playoff run? No. This team's terrible. I'm sorry. We're not good. We're not good, man. I mean, talk about a year. You had the Jimmy Butler saga, Tyler Herro making the All-Star game, but also winning the three-point contest. It was just an absolute wild year. By the way, the one thing that Heat fans should be excited about is Bam Adebayo. And we talked about this after the game on Friday night, Justin. He has made 43.5% of his three-point shots over the last 34 games. And it's not like he's shooting one a game. We did the math. He's averaging 3.3 shots from beyond the arc a night, and he's shooting 43.5% over the last 34 games. That's impressive. It's impressive. Hopefully that continues in the next year. All right, tip is up. Tip is won by Washington, and we're officially underway. And in the first 10 seconds of the game, Davion Mitchell gets a steal and goes coast to coast for a layup, and that's how the game gets started. You tell what, Davion Mitchell, he does not have an off switch. He is always going to give you 1,000% effort. We put out a video earlier this week about how he is going to be someone that he hoped to retain this offseason. I mean, that is a thing that I want the Heat to do immensely. We talked about it. The projected contract for Davion Mitchell this offseason is 4 years, $40 million. I know it's $10 million for a backup point guard. I think that's a good number. And he brings a lot to the table. He's been playing unbelievable basketball since being traded to the Heat. Offensively, defensively, I want him as the backup point guard next year, man. I do. Bub Carrington inside gets the lefty layup to tie the game up at 2. You know what, Justin? I'm thinking the same thing on the lighting. It might just be my angle to the TV in this studio. Unless it's just this TV is just dark tinted.
I think when those lights turn off, it affects this.
Might. Come on, we're 3. What'd I say in the prize picks? Game 82, he's launching them, and he's making 2. There's a wear 3. Hopefully that becomes not like a crazy part of his game, but a little bit more consistent next year. Today is fake basketball, by the way, in the NBA. We got Bronny James over-under point total but on books today, 14.5. Just ridiculous. Come on, Ware, alley-oop slam. Good feed by Davion Mitchell. So Ware with early 5 points. That's another thing. Listen, I'll say this, and it will be a large talking point this offseason, and I'd love to get your thoughts on it, Justin, as well. Kel'el Ware is going to be very fun to see his hopeful progression from year 1 to year 2. And his development will be a large indicator of the Heat's success over the next 3 to 5 years. But boy, does he look like a really good potential player here for Miami. But I am going to be curious of and this is where I want to get your thoughts, the potential trade of Kel'el Ware this offseason. I don't want to trade him, but if he is required to get a All-NBA or All-Star player like a Ja, a Trae Young, a Kevin Durant, would you trade Kel'el Ware? I don't think I would do it for KD, but a young point guard, I'd have to give it a long, hard thought if I'm not also offering multiple first-round picks.
It depends on who that point guard is. I'm pro Ja, but I know you're pretty kind of out on him.
I just don't think he's going to have a good end to his career. Because do we see these athletically gifted point guards who take a lot of hard falls, a lot of wear and tear on the knees, age gracefully in the NBA? I don't know if we do.
That's true. And I quite honestly, I think I would prefer Trae Young. And I don't think you would need to trade Kel'el Ware to get Trae Young.
I kind of agree. Now, if you want to Trae Young, I think you would have to ship off at least 2 or 3 first-round picks if you're not trading Ware, and I think Nikola Jovic would have to be involved too. Which would be sad to see Jovic go, but unfortunately, through his first 3 seasons, he's never played more than 46 games. And he is getting very close to having to be paid in terms of extension. I'm not sure if it would be the best thing for Miami. Like, if I were the Heat, I would try to trade Andrew Wiggins, like Jovic, and maybe 2 first-round picks for Trae Young if he was available. I would do that this offseason in a heartbeat. I know it would be interesting to see the backcourt, but I would do it. I would absolutely do that. Like, trade your 2030 or 2032 first-round pick, the Warriors pick that you have in the early 20s. Wow, what a slam dunk by Kel'el Ware on the alley-oop. I would try to do it.
I would like to see a full offseason of work, and I'm sure the character is a big talking point when it comes to Kel'el Ware. If he works hard, considering he doesn't really focus on the court. But I would like to see what he looks like with a full offseason, an NBA camp, an NBA weight room, an NBA gym before I trade him, just because I think the sky is the limit if he locks in.
I mean, the flashes are so good. They are. And I'll openly admit, you can say I was wrong. You could say I don't know. Maybe just say I'm shocked and I'm pleasantly surprised. When the Heat took him at 15, I was happy. Did I prefer Dalton Knecht and Jared McCain? Yes. But I don't know how you can watch his rookie season and not feel like Miami made the right pick. I think Jared McCain would have been a hell of a pick. And if he doesn't tear his meniscus in October or November or December, he's probably the rookie of the year. That's the type of player he looked like early in the season. But my goodness, like, Ware's has been terrific. His length, his athleticism, if he just smartens up, he adds weight, that's a player that can be really dangerous, folks.
I think they're an average point guard away from having the duo between Bam and Ware in the pick and roll, and whoever the average point guard is. I think you have a really scary trio right there.
Well, I'll also say this. Now that the Heat know they potentially have their franchise center, and they had that with Bam, but we've always known that Bam wanted to play the 4. He's an undersized center. And now that the Heat front office and coaching staff is like, all right, Kel'el Ware is our franchise center. If we are going to keep him as that centerpiece of our starting lineup in that front court, we can then have Bam really focus on moving towards the wing. Because if he's improving as a three-point shooter, like I said, shot 43.5% from 3 in the final 34 games on 3.5 attempts a night, then you can have him, all right, you know what, Bam? Drop some weight. Get a little bit thinner. Get quicker. Don't have to keep your strength up to bang inside with the big men, because we got Ware. And we'll add a true backup center, and we'll keep Bam at the 3 or 4. He can shed some weight. He can get quicker, improve on your handle, continue to work on your three-point game, and we'll almost not have you be like a wing, but like I'm trying to phrase it like not have to work inside as a center.
No.
And I think that would be very helpful for Bam to know, all right, yeah, I can work on my post game still in the offseason, but the number one thing I'm trying to improve on, handle, 3-point shot, and maybe shed some weight to get quicker.
And I think that would only space the floor even more, given that Ware can step out to the 3-point line, too.
Yeah, and I mean, speak on Kel'el Ware here as we're continuing to talk about him. He's got 11 of the team's 19 points on 5 of 5 shooting. He has 3 dunks. Kel'el Ware's been unbelievable so far. Now the Wizards are fighting back. Champagne's got a couple triples, but Heat are scoring right now. Kel'el Ware, I mean, this is just bad basketball. This is LA Fitness runs. Ware inside again. Look at this. What a feed to Hawkes. And Hawkes puts down a little reverse dunk. I mean, I'm telling you, Game 82 in the NBA, there is like, let's just say in the Eastern Conference. Eastern Conference Day 82 basketball might be the biggest joke because every playoff spot is clinched. There is no movement happening in the Eastern Conference. In the lottery, in the playoffs, every seed in the East is clinched. But in the West, you've got a lot of things to play for in terms of seeding. Like the Warriors-Clippers game today. The loser, I think, is going to the play-in. The winner is in the playoffs. So that's a big game at 2:30 today. 3:30 Eastern time. But this game, these guys are just playing LA Fitness runs out there. I mean, you see people doing stuff that you've never seen before.
Hawkes reverse dunk.
I think that reverted to...
oh, my gosh.
Javier says, I'd rather trade for KD, Giannis, or Ja Morant than Trae Young. I mean, obviously, Giannis. Can I be honest? I like adding Kevin Durant would be awesome. A front court of KD, Bam, Ware with Herro in the backcourt would be a lot of fun. But, like, are you winning the finals with that team? Only, I would say, if Kel'el Ware takes an unbelievable jump. That you could compete. And you fill out the rest of your roster. If I'm the Heat, my number one priority this offseason is getting a true point guard. So Herro can go back to the 2. Play his more natural position. Play a little bit more off-ball. Also, point guard that can get Kel'el Ware just unlocked on the offensive end in the pick-and-roll game. So I'm looking for a guard. Looking for a point guard. Now, if a Giannis came available, now the Heat, this is one fun thing about the Heat. If they miss the playoffs, the Heat have an unbelievable good trade package for a type of player like Giannis. I'm not guaranteeing we'd be able to get him because you could see an OKC, a Brooklyn, something like that offer like 7, 8 first-round picks. But if the Heat miss the playoffs, on draft night, the Heat would be able to trade 4 first-round picks. Obviously, the one in the lottery, the one from the Warriors, 2030, 2032, that becomes available on draft night. And then they have Kel'el Ware, who looks like a really good young player. Jovic, Hawkes, good salary, and Wiggins, Rozier, Duncan. So, like, if a player like Giannis became available, I know it would hurt people to trade Kel'el Ware. I mean, you do that without a question of hesitation, by the way, for Giannis. But, like, you could get a crazy good offer. And you could no longer be laughed at in terms of, the Heat aren't offering anything. No, we got 4 first-rounders and a really talented rookie who just absolutely rejected Bub Carrington inside. Ware's having an unreal first quarter. Terry Rozier into the game, by the way. Get ready to learn a lot of Terry Rozier today, fellas. What a pass by Davion Mitchell. And on cue, Terry Rozier dropped it out of bounds. Even in Game 82, when no one cares, he still can't do anything right.
Why didn't he play last game?
Terry?
Yeah.
Did he not play at all?
I don't think he did.
Well, I didn't watch a single second of that game. First ever time, you'd say, like, we were on stream for the entire game. I don't think I watched more than 2 minutes of that game. And to be fair, I haven't really watched a lot of this game either so far. We're just yapping. See, that's crazy, MacMon. Like MacMon is a Bam hater, and it honestly just like infuriates me. Like, not it infuriates me that he's a Bam hater. The guy just says outlandish things. He's been doing it all year long. He's been trying to pine for a Bam trade. I don't understand why some Heat fans want to get rid of Bam. Does he have limitations? Yes. Not acting like he doesn't. Oh my God, where second three attempt finally misses. Offensive rebound for Miami. Highsmith misses a three. Another offensive rebound for the Heat. Get it to where? Put up another three, Kalel. Ooh. 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 Little between the legs. Has he drive in? Oh my God, he smoked the layup. He's a bum. Just kidding. No, I'm not a Bam stan. Do I support Bam? Obviously, he's the captain of the Heat. But my thing is, like, the fact that people want to trade Bam is crazy to me. He's a top 5 defender in the NBA, and he's only done everything Miami has asked him to do. Did he have a rough start to the year offensively? Sure. But he is your centerpiece. See, now you're just saying outlandish thing, like zero elite offensive skill. I mean, come on, man. Where inside right hook shot came up short. Carrington kicking it over to Vucevic for a three. No good. Rebound to Miami. I feel like Kalel Ware has been cherry picking all game. Rozier spinning fadeaway jumper. No good. I mean, MacMon, you could say the denial is hilarious. I could just call you a fucking idiot for wanting to trade Bam. Like, why would? In what world does it benefit Miami to trade Bam? And let me hear this, MacMon. Who are you trading him for? You just want to trade him to get rid of him. Every time you say trade Bam, you never say for a star. You just say, well, you want to get rid of him. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Say Giannis. Giannis isn't available. If he comes available, sure, we could have a conversation. But then Miami isn't going to do that, by the way. I'm just telling you the facts. Heat leading by 2 with under 3 to go. I mean, half the people they want to trade him for, it's not an upgrade. Trading Bam for Ja Morant would be making your team worse. I don't think you guys understand. You guys just think offense all the time. You guys don't take into account how impactful Bam is to our defense. And you guys don't value the defensive side of the court, unfortunately. You guys only see the offense in the box score. And that's real talk. We'll get back to this, but we're going to talk about Prize Picks, our sponsor on today's show first. Today's show is sponsored by Prize Picks, the #1 daily fantasy sports platform I play every single day. It's so easy. All you do is pick more or less on 2 or more player stat projections, and you can win up to 1,000 times your cash. Join over 10 million users and sign up today. You can mix and match player projections from different sports. With basketball in the postseason, you can go baseball, hockey, golf, esports, and much more. They invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks does not hit. They have weekly promotions like Flex Friday, Taco Tuesday. Example, on Taco Tuesday, each player or that they discount can be up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineups. I have an entry for tonight's game, as I always do. Not many Heat games left, so we have to take advantage of the ones that we do have. I've got more than Kalel Ware, 1.5 3-pointers made. It's game 82, folks. He's going to just chuck them up, and I think he's making 2 of them, so I'll take the Demon. Also, Jaquez back in the starting lineup. Yeah, I'll take his more than on 16 points. I'll go less than on Alex Sarr, 15.5 points. Ware is going to lock him up. Sarr is not as good as our guy Kalel. That's a 3-player entry right there. Join me and millions of others. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. One more time, download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your. Shout out to Prize Picks. Looking good early there. I was just telling Justin this. I think my favorite part of today is because every team plays, obviously. You have 30 NBA teams, 15 in each conference, and everybody usually plays the East-West. Or, I mean, East-East, West-West. But because of the numbers, you have one game on this day that is an East versus West team.
What is that one?
It's Toronto versus San Antonio.
Oh my word, to travel on that.
The most meaningless game. Well, it might impact draft. I don't know. But I was like, that's what I'm saying. You have 14 West teams playing each other, 14 East teams playing each other, and then just one from each conference playing each other. And it's always a meaningless game. Last year, it was like Detroit and like a bad West team. Because Detroit was bad last year. Now, obviously, Detroit's good this year. But it's always a meaningless game. It's hilarious.
Is that game in San Antonio?
It is.
Oh, I'd be sick if I was a Raptors player.
Well, most of those guys probably are just going to stay in the country, not even go back to Toronto after this game. Season's over. You think they want to go to Toronto? Back to Toronto?
I've heard Toronto's a fun place.
Yeah? They're probably heading to Cancun. All right, a couple substitutions for Miami. Josh Christopher and Kashad Johnson in the game. So we'll get to see a couple of these two-ways guys.
Let's be honest, the players that can afford it are all hurt. So,
yeah. 2 minutes to go in this first quarter, tied at 24. I don't really care if the Heat win or lose this game because if I'm going to be honest, it doesn't impact draft standings. Now, hypothetically, as Josh Christopher airballs a three, if the Heat lost and the Suns won today, the Heat could get tied up with the Suns for the 10th spot in the draft standings. Do you know how they determine that? Isn't it a coin flip?
For the standings?
Yeah, because they split the season series, so it's not like they can go that way. I don't think it's like the NFL where they like have other tiebreakers. I legitimately think they would like flip a coin to see who has the better odds between 10 and 11.
Let's find out.
Yeah, if you could find that out, that'd be great. But if the Heat win, I mean, that becomes mute, and it's just 11th overall draft lottery. Champagne's just drone threes. Washington's leading by 4. This game's no defense. It's either you're either making an open shot or you're missing an open shot. There's no in between. Rozier's going to take a 3. No good, obviously. Terry's 0 for 4. The guy is horrible.
So, the third tiebreaker is a coin flip.
Okay, so what's the first two? Obviously, head-to-head's got to be one of them.
Merging lottery combinations. If multiple teams tie for the same record, their lottery combinations are merged into a single pool. Number 2, splitting lottery combinations. The combined pool of lottery combinations is then split evenly amongst the tied teams. And then it says 3, coin flip if necessary if the average number of lottery combinations is not an integer. Funny. A coin flip determines which team receives the extra combination. The result of the coin flip also determines the earlier pick order for teams that don't win one of the first 4 lottery picks.
That was a lot of confusion.
Let me see if I can find a more simplified.
All I know is it sounded like a coin flip.
Yes. A coin could be involved.
Brian McKenna makes a good point. I think we've been in this situation before because the Heat and Celtics, well, it wasn't the Celtics, but Heat and someone were tied in 2019 for lottery standings. We won the coin flip, got the 13th pick, which was then used on Tyler Herro, 1 pick ahead of Boston, who famously said they were going to draft Tyler Herro at 14 if he was there. So technically, as Brian McKenna points out, and a good point, if the Heat did not win that coin flip, they would not have drafted Tyler Herro because he would have been off the board when the Heat were picking at 14. So I think it's a coin flip.
History could repeat itself. You could get another good player.
Yeah. I think it's a coin flip. But I think it's not going to matter because I don't envision the Kings losing to the Suns. Yeah, because the Kings have to win this game. Them and Dallas are actually tied in the standings right now. Now the Kings have the tiebreaker. So if the Kings win, they clinch the 9 seed. If they lose and Dallas wins, then Dallas is the 9 seed. So the Kings want to win because they obviously want to make the playoffs and they want to have home court in that first 9-10 play-in game. So the Kings are going to try to beat the Suns today, and they will probably beat them. So the point remains mute. One quarter down, Heat down by 2, 30-28. Kyle Kuzma has 22 points after one quarter.
Why is he playing?
Good question. I love seeing some of the players playing. Starting lineup for the Pistons today. Marcus Sasser, Tim Hardaway, Ron Holland, Tobias Harris, Jalen Durham. Did you know Ron Holland's name is Ronald? I guess I should have known that, but
It makes sense.
starting lineup for the Bucks today. Holy shit, this is good stuff. Jamari Bouye, Heat legend. AJ Green, Pat Connaughton, Kyle Kuzma, Pete Nance.
No wonder why Kyle Kuzma has so many points.
Hey, Jack, I'm going to look at starting lineups today because I bet it's a fun exercise. Magic starting lineup is actually relatively solid. Hawks, Reece Sachet, Muhammad Gay, Dominic Barlow, Terrence Mann, Keaton Wallace. Let's check. Oh my God, I bet this one's disgusting. Let's check the Hornets starting lineup today. They're losing 40-19. KJ Simpson, Daquan Jeffries, Yusuf Nurkic, Josh Okogie, and Tajon Salam. The Celtics starting lineup, even though they're up 19, Peyton Pritchard, Luke Cornett, Sam Hauser, Torrey Craig, and Baylor Shireman.
Oh, that's a lot of scorers right there.
All right, let's get to this Bulls-Sixers starting lineup. Bulls actually played their guys, ironically enough. Sixers, Lonnie Walker, Quentin Grimes, Jared Butler, Dem Bana, and Marcus Bagley. Wait a minute, this Knicks-Nets starts in the lineup. Oh my goodness. The Knicks starting lineup today. Deuce McBride, Cam Payne, Mikal Bridges, Precious Achiuwa, PJ Tucker.
PJ Tucker hoops? Oh, man.
I actually think they started Mikal Bridges just to take him out after a minute so he could play in all 82 games. Because he had 81 games played coming into the day.
While he's still crying about minutes.
So he played. Oh, wait, I want to look at the Nets starting lineup. Keon Johnson, Tyrese Martin, Nick Claxton, Jalen Wilson, Trendon Watford. Missed shot inside by Miami. Wizards out in transition. Lob there for an alley-oop. Wizards Taylor. The Heat are going to lose this game, I think. But like I said, I don't think it matters in terms of the standings. They should have done this on Friday against the Pelicans. Although that Pelicans team is so bad, we probably would have won anyway with this roster on the court. Alex Sarr inside, working on Kashad Johnson. It's kicked out for 3. No good. How about the defense by Johnson playing an undersized center role? It is ridiculous. And they did this in the summer league too. Kashad Johnson played small ball center when Ware was out. Kashad literally he's like 6'6".
He's just really strong.
He's just big. All right, he might be taller than 6'6", by the way. He's definitely stepped on the Eagle line. Yeah. Terry Rozier over and back. You see how tall he is? I'm pretty sure he's 6'7". Yeah, 6'7", 225. He's built. Guy's big. He also has an unbelievable vertical. Jump out the building. Alex Sarr over to Bub Carrington. He'll put up a 3, and he'll drain it. Heat down 7. By the way, did you see this stat, Justin? On Friday, most 40-point wins, or is it 30? I think 30. Most 30-point wins on one given night in the NBA in history.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding. It was 4 games that ended.
But the play-in,
30 points.
It was supposed to stop tanking. Have everybody play till the end of the regular season. That's what I was told.
Abolish the play-in. I thought it was a cool gimmick at the beginning. And last year, I think it was intended, or last year it worked out because there was a lot of good teams in the Western Conference that deserved to get a play-in shot. But you can't tell me that it's worth having this year. I mean, the Bulls at 38 and 43 and the Heat at 37 and 44 should have no opportunity to be playing in the postseason. They shouldn't.
I agree.
So, like, if the rules were normal, the Heat would have missed the playoffs this year. In the Western Conference, the Kings and Mavericks at the 9-10. Both will finish under 500. They should not be having a chance to make the playoffs. Meanwhile, the Grizzlies at the 8 seed are 47 and 34. Like, the play-in is stupid. Just have the top 8 teams in the postseason.
Hey, and if you don't make the top 8, that's tough luck. Do better.
You play 82 games for a reason. If you want to cry because you didn't get into the top 8 and you want a play-in shot, be better.
Win the game. Sorry.
Heat are down 8. Make it 5 after Jaime Hawkins Jr. drains a 3.
Has there been a 9-10 winner that's made any noise? Because I know a bunch of 7-8 winners have made noise. But
No,
they
I
would
don't think-
theoretically be in the playoffs already.
Yeah, I don't think 9-10. Like, I'm trying to think of, because when the Heat made their run, and they've been in the play in the last 2 years, they were in the 7 or 8 spot. They were in the 7 or 8 spot last year. This is the first time the Heat are in the play-in and in the 9-10 game. Ironically, we are actually horrible in the play-in.
Oh, because don't they lose
We
the
always
first
lose
game?
the first game. 2 years ago, we lost the first play-in game to the Hawks, then barely escaped against the Bulls, which then sparked our run to the finals. And then last year, we lost to the Sixers in the first game, and then beat the Bulls in the second game. So I actually think the Heat, who've been the play-in the last 2 years, will be 3 now after this one, they're 0-2 in their first play-in game. Hopefully, they'll make it 0-3. Heat down 10, 45-35.
Why is it always the same teams?
It's always the same team. The Hawks, Bulls, and Heat live for the play-in. This is the 3rd year of the play-in, right?
Yes. Or
When did the
4th?
play-in start?
It
started in 2020-21.
The LeBron, I saw 3 rings.
Yeah, that you want to talk about the most ridiculous thing of all time. I saw 3 rims. I just aimed for the middle one. What? Wait, it started in the 2019 season?
Who was that? Or who was in it?
Okay, but it was just 8 versus 9.
Oh, that's right. I do remember this low key.
Yeah, Portland played Memphis, and Orlando played Washington.
They just added the additional ones more recently.
Because that was, I think they did that because of the weird, how the season got cut short
bubble.
with COVID and bubble. I think that's why they added it. There was actually no Eastern Conference game because the difference between the 8th and the 9th spot was 7.5 games.
So added context can be added.
Yeah, but in the Western Conference, it was a half-game difference, which is why they played. And then the first year was actually 2021, the Lakers-Warriors game. Yeah, because then Memphis and San Antonio played. Memphis won, and then Memphis beat Golden State in the 8-seed game. That was the year Boston was in the play-in.
Who did they play?
As the 7. They beat Washington. And then remember they played the Nets in the first round. And they lost in 5. Yeah. They actually talking about the Heat's play in history. Lost in both the last 3. This could be 3 straight years. The last 2 years, we've lost the first game, won the second. Obviously, this year, since we're in the 9-10 game and not in the 8-9 or 8-9 or 7-8, sorry, if the Heat lose the first game, their season's done. We have 150 people watching. Can we get the like number up, by the way? We only have 39 likes. We need to get to 50 likes. I usually make a big deal about getting to 50 likes, but can we just get to 50 likes, please? Live here for the final day of the regular season. We'll have a video out later, too, with the full draft picture for Miami following the regular season, as well as a mini preview against the Chicago Bulls. We'll do a full preview tomorrow on the channel. And then Tuesday we'll put out a video, and then Wednesday we'll be live for Heat Bulls playing. Live for the Heat Bulls playing. Be an interesting week here at work, Justin. We know we'll be working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and probably Thursday because we have to do that mock draft thing where we're testing out everything. And then, but the question is, what happens on the game on Wednesday? If the Heat lose on Wednesday, our schedule becomes crystal clear. We're just off Saturday, Sunday. If the Heat win on Wednesday, that means we'll have to do a stream Friday. And if they win that, that means we'll have to do a stream on Sunday. But if they were to lose the play-in, then we'll just be off Saturday, Sunday. So, interesting. Yeah, we'll be being in the play-in stinks. It's much easier when you have a playoff berth clinched, so you already know what your schedule is. But 4 likes away from 50. Come on, help us out. Let's get to 50 likes. I think it's Thursday. I think they said in the doc it's like 1 p.m., but we'll see. I'm sure we'll talk more about that this week. Jaime has 13 points. His total for this game, by the way, was 16. I took the more. He's got 13. I knew it was a Jaime day. Look at Shad Johnson fly in for the offensive rebound and put back. AK Miami says we're going to beat the Bulls. We won't lose that game. What makes you think that? We're 0-3 against the Bulls this year. Josh Giddey's our dad. I hope we lose. Sorry, not sorry. Jaquez with a bucket inside. I feel pretty good about my prize picks, Justin. I feel like Ware's going to hit another 3. Jaime's got to score literally 1 more basket to get his total. And I feel like Alex Sarr's done nothing in this game.
I don't even think he shot the ball.
I think he has like 1 basket. Heat down 5. I'm so mad I lost my prize picks on Friday night, by the way, because I nailed the 2 Heat picks easy. Donovan Kling and I had more than points, rebounds, 20.5. He had way more. That was a lock. Kling and stat padding against the Warriors inside. They have no big men. But Steph Curry stinks. Couldn't get 25 points.
What did he finish with?
I don't know. I just looked the next morning because I didn't follow the game.
And no money was...
And I didn't see. All I saw is that the highest point total for the Warriors was Jimmy at 24. I was like, well, that sucks. Alec Starr's got 8 points, actually.
Really? Wow.
I don't know when that happened. So that's a little nerve-wracking. He's down 7. Foul off the ball. Liza's from the Philippines. What's up, Liza? Hawkes driving, spinning, fadeaway, free throw line jumper, no good. I really do hope they lose in the play-in. I really do. I want those 2 draft picks bad, man. Bam.
Wow, you weren't kidding.
I told you, he could jump out the building.
Oof.
I'm not going to lie, he would be an entertaining guy to have in the dunk contest. I know he's a no-namer, but they did it with Mac McClung. Kashad Johnson would put on a show. What is Haywood High? I mean, Haywood Highsmith made the shot inside, but I swear he didn't get touched, and he tried to do like a little flop-a-dop to get an and one. That was crazy.
Anticipating contact that never came.
You know what? I'll be fascinated to see what happens with the Wizards next year. They've got an interesting young core. Bub Carrington, Bilal Coulibaly, Keyshawn George, Alex Sarr. Likely going to have a top 3 pick. Maybe they get number 1 in Cooper Flagg. If not, maybe a Dylan Harper. I think the Wizards would be in their best interest to trade Jordan Poole this offseason.
Who will take him?
Now, that's a good question. Who is trading for Jordan Poole?
What's his contract like? Because I know it's atrocious.
Let's find out. Jordan Poole's contract is $29.6 million this year. So he's only got 2 years left. It's actually not that bad. 31.8 next year, and then 34 flat in 26-27.
Oh, man. 34? So definitely ain't nobody's taking an expiring of it.
The only thing that I question is, like, if the Wizards ended up with the number 2 pick, it would be hard for me to say you not draft Dylan Harper, because he, to me, is the second best player without a question. But, like, if you have Poole and Bub Carrington, are you putting one to the bench? Because Harper's got to be your number 1 guard. I think Carrington can play off-ball. I mean, he did a little bit this year with Poole. Poole played off-ball to Carrington. So I think a Carrington-Harper backcourt would work. I just don't see Jordan Poole's fit in that. So could you offload him? But my question is, what is Jordan Poole's value in the NBA right now? Is he someone that you would have to attach a pick to get rid of? Or is he someone that you can just, like, trade in an even trade potentially?
Quite honestly, if you believe in Dylan Harper like that, I think you just absorb the money and just live with it. With his
have
role.
Jordan Poole off the bench 6 man?
Yeah. It's the
But
Wizards.
he's not going to help you in your culture and your youth movement.
I'm just saying Jordan Poole is not stopping me from picking a player that I believe in.
Oh, I wouldn't let it stop me. What would you do with Jordan Poole? I think it would be ideal to trade him.
If you could.
Yeah. All right, we're going to tell you about our sponsor on today's show, PrizePicks. Today's show is sponsored by Prize Picks, the #1 daily fantasy sports platform I play every single day. It's so easy. All you do is pick more or less on 2 or more player stat projections, and you can win up to 1,000 times your cash. Join over 10 million users and sign up today. You can mix and match player projections from different sports. With basketball in the postseason, you can go baseball, hockey, golf, esports, and much more. They invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks does not hit. They have weekly promotions like Flex Friday, Taco Tuesday. Example, on Taco Tuesday, each player or that they discount can be up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineups. I have an entry for tonight's game, as I always do. Not many Heat games left, so we have to take advantage of the ones that we do have. I've got more than Khalil Ware, 1.5 3-pointers made. It's game 82, folks. He's going to just chuck them up, and I think he's making 2 of them, so I'll take the Demon. Also, Jaquez back in the starting lineup. Yeah, I'll take his more than on 16 points. I'll go less than on Alex Sarr, 15.5 points. Ware is going to lock him up. Sarr is not as good as our guy Khalil. That's a 3-player entry right there. Join me and millions of others. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. One more time, download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your shout out to Prize Picks. You saw I'm looking good on Ware. He's got 1-3. I'm looking good on Jaquez. He's already got 15. And Sarr goes less than. I'll be good. Heat down 10. I didn't know it was 10. Wait a minute. This can't be true. No way. Hold on. I might have something that I did not expect to have here, Justin. No. Nothing crazy.
Okay.
Something just came across my desk where I can't believe it. But it is true. This one's for Macmon. Bam Adebayo finishes this year with a higher three-point shooting percentage than Jason Tatum.
Uh-oh.
I just saw this come across my desk.
How many fewer attempts?
Now, we don't talk about that. But Tatum shot 34.3% from 3 this year. Bam Adebayo shot 35.7%. Now, Jason Tatum might make more threes per game than Bam Adebayo attempts. But the percentages are the percentages.
In a vacuum, one is technically a better three-point shooter.
I don't want to make the statement. I am just presenting you with the facts. You can inform your own opinion. One has a higher three-point shooting percentage than another. By the way, for the people, Macmon in the chat, saying Bam sucks. I'm sorry. I know he got off to a rough start. And for a center, these statistics might be a little low. But if we are talking about Bam as a 4, Bam as a wing, you want to tell me that 18.1 points per game, 9.6 rebounds, 4.3 assists on 48.5% shooting, 35.7% from 3, and 76.5% from the line while playing top 5 defense in the NBA? You want to try to tell me that's bad? Come on! Hey. While playing 78 games. Played all year. By the way, that's another thing that we should give credit. Even though we've had our reservations, we've had our concerns with Tyler Herro being a top player on a team. He got called fragile by Pat Riley this past offseason. Remember the infamous press conference where he told Jimmy that if you're not on the court, just shut up, which is where this all might have started in terms of the rough relationship. In that same press conference, he called Tyler Herro fragile. What did Herro do? Played 77 games this year. And he would have been 78 if he didn't get rest today. So, like, you got to give credit to Tyler for bouncing back and staying healthy for the first time in his career.
Off the top of my head, too, I think, like, 2 of them were for, like, illness.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're absolutely correct, Justin. The reason that he missed 77 or played 77 and not like 79 is because he got stomach illness at the fucking gala party right around the trade deadline. So good point out by you, Justin. Heat down 9. No defense being played by Miami today. Like I said, LA Fitness runs over here.
What is Jordan Poole's outfit?
Hawkeye's inside with a layup. 7-point game. Javier says trade Rozier for Poole. Oof, I'm good. Okay, I think I've decided, going back to our conversation, Justin, I think you have to attach capital to Poole.
A first?
The question is how much capital, yeah. And question, I would love to get an opinion. I would love to talk to the Wizards front office. Closed doors, won't get out. Would you trade Jordan Poole and like second round picks for Terry Rozier? Because Rozier's contract, 1 year left. You could just stash him on the bench for $26 million, and then he expires. But if you keep Poole, you got 2 years left at $8 million more.
Would Rolly the GM be okay for that?
Rolly the GM?
Yeah.
Would I take second round picks and Jordan Poole for Rozier? Probably not. I probably wouldn't even do that deal. Jordan Poole's better than Rozier, and you get second round picks out of it, but you take on that salary, that really kind of screws your ability to be flexible financially over the next couple off seasons. So the answer is no for me.
Oh, wow. He gets 12 points. Kashad.
Shad Johnson, 12 points. I think he's hit a couple threes. Look at Hawkeye shooting 7 of 10 from the field, dropping 17 points. Tristan Vukcevic has 17. Hawkeye's inside, lays it up and in. Hawkeye's having the game of his life.
You said, I may be bad, but I ain't this bad. Last day of the regular season, bad.
I'm not good, but when you put me against really bad players, I can do something. Yeah, ALX, you are right. Sounds like the Suns want to just get off Bradley Beal because of that no trade clause. Sounds like they might buy him out.
Man,
that buying out that contract is insane. You know how much money that is?
I'm sick for Devin Booker. He's going to have zero help.
I mean, is Beal helping him? I will say, if Bradley Beal gets bought out, I'd sign him on a cheap contract. Well, what do you think Bradley Beal would fetch if he got bought out in free agency? What is his contract looking like? How much money per year is he making? Is he going Russell Westbrook level rehab? Is that how bad it is? Or is he still getting 15, 20?
Who's his agency?
Find out. Bradley Beal agency. Mark Bartelstein of Priority Sports and Entertainment.
I think they're the organization or the agency that shadow runs the Nuggets.
Interesting.
And they got Jamal Murray paid, so
I'll say this. I'd expect Miami and Beal to have conversations if he's bought out, because Beal has always been open to playing to Miami. You remember that interview a couple of years ago when he got traded initially to the Suns? He said that he thought he was going to go to Miami.
I think a team would pay him $20 million a year.
Oh yeah, then I'm out. I would take Beal for $10 million or less.
I don't think his stock is that bad.
Is that bad?
I
mean, he is pretty bad.
I think there's a lot of dumb GMs that see the name and say, well, that was just the Suns.
Okay, I could be honest. The Suns are a bad team. But can you tell me, other than the contract being $50+ million and then full no trade clause, why they're so eager to just kill him? Yeah, he's only played 53 games in back-to-back years, so there's always the injury concern. But he averaged 18 last year, 17 this year, shooting 50% from the field, 43% from three last year, 38.6% from three this year. So I actually agree with you, Justin. If he gets bought out, I think he'd be getting a $20 million per year contract.
It would be a nice quality bag. I bet he's because then the whole reason why he didn't want to get traded is because he didn't want to move his family or something.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, it's 66-60. Wizards. It's just I would be interested. I just don't think Miami has the money for that. I like you bring Beal off the bench, like I'm in.
So, hey, you think because Terry's on an expiring contract this offseason, is he?
He is. Or no, well, he's not a free agent. He's got one more year left, but it's an expiring deal. So he's got $26.6 million, and then it runs out next offseason.
Say, well, I guess never mind, not in this hypothetical, since you would still have the same Beal contract.
Yeah. You can leave it up here if you want to go to the bathroom and grab our Chipotles. We haven't got a super chat today. Anyone want to get you want to throw that up actually real quick before you go? The super chat menu. Anyone want a super chat? Live for the last game of the year. Why not just hang out and have a good time? $5, I'll do 5 push-ups. $10 shots. $20 gets you into the Heat Report Hall of Fame. Get your name on the ball. One of the last opportunities to do so. Trying to think of a question for our live poll. Who has... I'll just do top trade target for Miami. We'll go Kevin Durant in there. Go Trey Young. Go Ja Morant. Those three are three players that are likely going to be in the trade talks this offseason. If you had to pick one for the Heat, Kevin Durant, Trey Young, Ja Morant, who would it be? Live poll. We are at halftime at 66-60. I could read off some first half stats. Justin Champagnie, leading scorer for the Wizards, 17 points. Bub Carrington's got 11. Tristan Vukcevic off the bench has 17. For the Heat, leading scorer is Jaime Jaquez Jr. He has 19 points. Kashad Johnson off the bench has 12. Duncan has 6. Davion Mitchell has 4. Kel'el Ware has 9 points, 3 boards. He's only played 9 minutes. You wonder if he gets any playing time in the second half. Don't risk the injury. Could see it. Okay, so I know we talked about it earlier in the stream, by the way, about what would happen if the Heat and Heat lost and the Suns won, and they were tied for the lottery standings. This is what he just said. Heat down 66, or Barry Jackson. If Miami loses and Phoenix wins, and Miami misses the playoffs, a random drawing which would determine which team gets like the spot. So it's basically a coin flip. The live poll is saying KD. I'm surprised. KD 47%, now 50%. Trae Young 39, Ja 11. I definitely agree with going Trae Young over Ja. I think Trae Young is a better fit for the Heat than Ja. But I'm shocked that KD is winning the live poll. I really am. I'm shocked. No super chat still. You know what? I'll make it half off halftime. The rest of the half, you want to get in the Heat Report Hall of Fame? $10. $5 shots, $2 push-ups. Half off halftime. Last game of the regular season. Ooh. That was a crazy dunk by Bub Carrington. That was crazy. How much time until the third quarter? Probably 7-8 minutes. Halftime started 8 minutes ago. So, yeah, about 7. About 7 more minutes. 7 more minutes. Thank you, Justin. Oh. Gonna have some Chipotle for lunch. Just arrived. I need this. I'm starving, actually. Went out last night. Didn't eat a lot yesterday, which is always not good when you go drinking, but didn't help to wake up this morning. But survive in advance. Oh, it's a big event. It's a big event. I love the Masters. Big golf guy. I don't think I would celebrate it and like have like the ridiculous like outfits and stuff like that. Like I'll just watch. But yeah, it's a big event, man. Crazy how much people love it. You get the Chipotle honey chick again? No. Really? God is real asking, will you miss the Heat season? No. I've been very open. I can't wait till it's over. And that shouldn't be confused with me not liking the Heat. It's just that this team isn't very good. There's no there's no potential of them winning anything. So I want the season to be over so we can move on to the offseason and make the adjustments necessary to be better next year. Ishii says, do we talk to other chat sports creators? I mean, this is a job, fellas. We all work in Dallas, Texas. There's only 3 people at Chat Sports that don't work at Dallas. Tom Downey, Stone Shields, and Chris Daughtry. All of them are in Cincinnati. But everybody else all works in the same office here. Everybody works here. tell you what, this Chipotle honey chicken today got a lot of Chipotle in it. A little spicy. It's never been this spicy. It's also, not to use this word in a weird way, it's also never been this wet. Like, they got this thing soaked in that sauce. Got too much sauce. That's a do. God damn it. Just dropped a little piece of rice. And I pick this up before someone in the corn area about it. Low audience today. Probably lowest audience we've had all year and will have all year. Can't blame the people. Game 82 on the middle of the day of the Sunday. How many people are lining up to watch Wizards Heat meaningless basketball? Am I right? Not many people.
I'm just surprised that the NBA was smart enough to be like, let's just put it all in the middle of the day.
Oh, they did this last year. They want everybody playing at the same time and all during the beginning part of the day. I'm curious to see when they put out the schedule for the playoffs. I don't remember when they did it last year. They did it early enough because I remember I watched back the video that we're going to film later for Chat Sports, and I had what day the series were. Starting, like either Saturday or Sunday, so.
I feel like they kind of wait towards the middle of the week. I may be making that up, though.
Yeah. Maybe I assumed that the games would be played on Saturday, like the two series that are already like guaranteed, like Knicks Pistons and like the Bucks Pacers. Like it would make sense for them to start on Saturday and the play-in games to be starting on Sunday. Like the series that are already set. Like we know who's playing, the 4-5 to 3-6. Those start on Saturday, and the 1-2, 1-8, 2-7 series.
Oh, okay, yes. I'm sorry, I spaced out for a second. Yeah, isn't that typically how it goes?
I think so. They do try to, I think, space out the 1-7, 3-6 maybe, but. All right, no one taking advantage of half off halftime. Disappointing. Food's gas. It's hitting. Chipotle honey chicken, a little spicy today, but it's hitting.
I'm very satisfied with my meal as well.
Justin said he's liking it too, which is good. I mean, by the way, I get the fajita veggies all the time. What's when they put in the red peppers or red, whatever it is?
The red pepper?
The red pepper, that's the best fajita veggie they put in there. Don't need none of the thick onions, even though I don't mind onions. The red ones are just way better than like the green ones.
I would agree with that, both at Chipotle and at the grocery store.
And all they did is give me red peppers. It's sick. Wonder if Ware plays in the second half. Yeah, there he is. He's going to play in the second half. Only played 9 first half minutes, so he might be at a pitch count. About to get back here in the second half action. 66-60. I'll just quickly change the score. And here we go. Ware got up, but missed the shots inside. I tell you, Kalel's like, it looks like he jumps even higher because of his 7'4" wingspan. But he's got bunnies for a guy this size.
I think that could be a NBA dunk contest candidate to me.
Actually, it's a good question. I don't remember what it was. Kalel Ware NBA Combine results. results. I want to know how high is vertical tested. Where is this? Okay, here we go. Well, had the 5th largest wingspan at the NBA Combine, 7'4.5". He was 3rd in standing reach at 9'4.5". He was the 4th tallest in terms of height without shoes at 6'11" and change. So with shoes, he's about 7'1" maybe. How much do you think shoes add? Full inch?
About a half inch.
Half inch. So we'll say he's 7.3. 7.03. Anyway, yeah. Let's do. What do you think is more impressive, standing vertical leap or max vertical leap? Which one should we look at?
I think.
Excuse me. As Highsmith hits a floater inside.
Max vertical, just because that's kind of like the most realistic of what you're going to be doing.
You know who had the highest max vertical leap?
Of that draft? Or just in general?
In the draft class. There was 4 players. Let's see if you can get the 4. 4 guys had a max vertical leap of 42 inches. That was the highest recorded in this draft class. There's 4 of them. Can you name the 4?
Is Stephon Castle one of them?
No. You won't be able to get one of them. I think you should be able to get one because I talked about it on Friday night, if you can remember.
Pelicans player? Or when we were going through your draft?
Going through the draft.
Cam Whitmore?
No. So I'll guys give it to you. One of them's playing in this game. Kashad Johnson.
Oh, cool.
Told you, he's got bunnies, man. Max vertical leap 42 inches. Also on there, Reed Shepherd. That's the player that I talked. I even said that on Friday night.
Wrong Rocket.
Yeah. The other 2, Trent Flowers. You are not going to get Trent Flowers. I forgot that player existed. 2nd round pick. And then Devin Carter for Providence. He ended up going lottery to the Kings. 42 inches. So let's find. By the way, don't connect. Sneaky, it's terrible I say sneaky. That's a stereotypical right there. But 39-inch max vert. Also had the best shuttle run.
He a quiet athlete. I think his entire build, so to speak, just screams athleticism to me, despite people race typing him.
Yeah. How about Pelle Larsson having a 38-inch max vert? It's pretty good.
I could see that.
Higher than Stephon Castle, who has 37.
Hey, I was in the neighborhood with him, man.
All right. Max, wear 36 inches.
That's it?
Yeah. So, I feel like that's really good for a center. It's hard for centers to have a high max vert, isn't it? Because it's hard to get up because you got so much size.
I know we've seen him do his little windmill and almost slip every now and then, but I think he's getting up there when he does that. That's why I'm a little shocked.
I'm telling you what, I'm surprised because there's a guy on here, PJ Hall. They a 4 from Clemson.
The Clemson? The
39.5-inch vertical, max vert. That's crazy.
I thought he was a below the rim type of big.
Fascinating. By the way, I made this live poll. Top trade target for the Heat. 51% could go Kevin Durant over Trae Young or Ja Morant. They do prefer Trae slightly over Ja, but I can't believe KD's getting half the votes.
A KD Heat jersey would look cool.
It would be raw as fuck.
But I guess that would be more of an aesthetics trade than an actual winning basketball trade, in my opinion.
I think the Heat just need a guard more than they need a wing, even though I have said and will continue to say a Bam Ware KD front court is pretty electric. It is. Hawkeyes with 23 points now as the Heat trail 77-69. Sar with a missed mid-range shot. I think I need Ware to get a 3 off soon and need him to hit it because I don't think he'll play in the fourth quarter, if I'll be honest. Hawkeyes in the mid-range. It's his game today. Driving, lefty scoop layup. I mean, he's cooking these terrible Wizards players. He's a Wizards merchant.
That was the move that you pull when you're significantly better than somebody in a pickup run.
We're going to show everybody in the league today's highlights. This guy still has it, folks. You guys should definitely take Hawkeyes in a first for a really good player. Got fouled. Got fouled, Justin. Got fouled. We're heading to timeout here. Heat trailing in this one. Oh, shit! I missed that.
That's what I was talking about.
I didn't see Hawkeyes throw down a dunk. All right, during this timeout, 5 and change to go in the third quarter. We'll tell you about our sponsor, Prize Picks. Today's show is sponsored by Prize Picks, the #1 daily fantasy sports platform I play every single day. It's so easy. All you do is pick more or less on 2 or more player stat projections, and you can win up to 1,000 times your cash. Join over 10 million users and sign up today. You can mix and match player projections from different sports. With basketball in the postseason, you can go baseball, hockey, golf, esports, and much more. They invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks does not hit. They have weekly promotions like Flex Friday, Taco Tuesday. Example, on Taco Tuesday, each player or that they discount can be up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineups. I have an entry for tonight's game, as I always do. Not many Heat games left, so we have to take advantage of the ones that we do have. I've got more than Kalel Ware, 1.5 3-pointers made. It's game 82, folks. He's going to just chuck them up, and I think he's making 2 of them. So I'll take the Demon. Also, Hawkeyes back in the starting lineup. Yeah, I'll take his more than on 16 points. I'll go less than on Alex Sarr, 15.5 points. Ware is going to lock him up. Sarr is not as good as our guy Kalel. That's a 3-player entry right there. Join me and millions of others. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. One more time, download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your... Shout out to Prize Picks. Final pairing in the Masters is about to get underway if anyone cares. I care. I think Rory and Bryson, that's one hell of a final matchup there. It's going to be fun to see how that plays out. Be very fun to see how that plays out.
Who is currently winning?
Roy.
So, remember when I got sucker punched a couple weeks ago?
Yeah?
That's the bar where Scotty Schefter took the green jacket.
Went right after the Masters? That's cool. Well, not good for you. When Justin got sucker punched. That's a fun story. Probably not one that the people should know about, maybe.
Definitely not.
Totally not.
There's another fun story you'll probably hear. We'll have to tell Alper after our watch party.
Oh, boy.
Hey. No damage was done.
What a duo. You and Brett Alper.
Well, he just happened to be there. We weren't.
Paths.
This was a different duo. We're goated for this.
Okay. I've actually seen you out randomly a lot.
Since, when? I mean, I know, obviously, during the tournament.
Donkey, Standard Pora.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I mean, for it to happen twice is kind of crazy. A lot of bars in Dallas.
I mean, it's the same neighborhood, so.
Yeah.
I was thinking, was there another time that we didn't see each other? But
nah. 2 times, kind of crazy. Hello, Ware driving. What is that right hook? He airballed it. This is a game to try things, Justin. It's a good game to try things. Kobe Jones step back mid-range shot good.
Might as well get a head start in the offseason. Work on your game.
Right? I mean, running skyhook is crazy. Running skyhook was crazy. Hawkeye's continue. You know what? That's the sad part about what Jaime's doing today. He's just bullying these guys. I mean, he looks good doing it, but he's not trying to do new things. Like, if he does the exact things he's doing now against good competition, it ain't working. Which is why he's stuck all year long.
What you're saying is he should be working on his game and
let me see some step back threes. He's hit a couple threes today. Jaime's actually I lied, only one. But time on the floor, we'll get some substitutions. Terry Rozier, heat around 12 in this one, folks. I'll say this, Justin. I feel like Sunday Chipotle, it's just a different type of Chipotle. Am I wrong in thinking that?
You think that's when the best people on the grill?
That, or they care the most. I'm telling you, there's no better time to get Chipotle than on Sunday. That's goaltending. Yeah. Bucket inside for Haywood Highsmith. Off of an air ball from the Wizards. I don't know what it is. I always used to get Chipotle on Sunday. Like, in the summer, I get Chipotle on Sundays, like almost every Sunday. I'm telling you, it's the best version.
The McKinney Ave one?
Mm-hmm. I walk over there, get my Chipotle. It's just different over there on Sundays, I'm telling you.
That's a quality walk over there. Path, so to speak.
Haywood Highsmith has it. He'll line up a three. He hits it. Haywood, I like Haywood. He just does the little things. Cheap contract, which I like, $5.5 million. Solid, man. Defends. He's a good rotation guy. AJ. Oh, what a Euro step inside by AJ Johnson. He did the one I was telling you I did a couple weeks ago. A little hop step. Woo. Oh, what a blow by Davion Mitchell, but he smoked the layup. This Chipotle is so more spicy than it usually is. My nose is running a little bit here. I'm telling you. If you're a guy, do you like spicy stuff? Yeah. I don't handle spicy stuff well. Oh, my God. The amount of air balls I've seen today, Justin, it's just egregious. It's disgusting. This is Game 82 hoops. Did we play the Wizards on Game 82 last year, too? I'm trying to remember the Sunday day game that we played last year. I remember not many people watched that one either.
I don't think anybody, unless it matters for seeding, I don't think anybody's going to watch their team today, quite honestly.
Like I said, if I was home not working, I would not be watching this game. That is for sure. Even though it's the last game of the year, I would not have been doing it. I'd be out and about, walking. I actually want to see who we played in Game 82 last year. I think it was the Wizards. No, it was the Raptors. Way off. Way off. Ready for this? This is awesome. He had actually played the Raptors in the final 2 games of the year. For the Friday and Sunday. All right, there's 180 people watching right here. Time on the floor, minute and a half to go in the third. Who, without looking it up, so you have to answer this within about a minute for me to believe you that you have the right answer. Who was the Miami Heat's leading scorer in the final game of the season last year against the Raptors? Who was the leading scorer for the Miami Heat in the 2023-24 season finale against the Raptors? And I'll give you a hint. They scored 18 points. See someone say Duncan, Herro, Jimmy, Bam, Duncan, Bam. Duncan. Kevin Love. I have not seen the right answer. I have not seen the right answer yet. So it's not any of the people mentioned so far. Not any of the people mentioned. Still have not seen the right answer. Still haven't seen it. I don't think they're going to be able to get it. Yes, it is. More hints? I don't know how I can give you more hints. If I tell you I haven't seen the right answer yet, you guys have named. Just think about other people on the roster. If no one gets it before the fourth quarter ends, I'll say who it is. What was the question? Who was the leading scorer for the Miami Heat in their season finale last year against the Raptors? Minute and a half to go in the third here. Nine-point Wizards lead. Someone is very close to the answer, but has not officially said it. Justin Perez led the way on this one. He never firmly guessed Thomas Bryant. Dat Gamer just put it in the chat. It was Thomas Bryant. Thomas Bryant had 18 points and 10 rebounds in the season finale against the Raptors last year to lead the team in scoring.
He's a good enough player, offensive player, to not be a no-show against scrubs.
Now, it is actually funny because I'm looking back at the box score. The Heat had so many different scores. Ready for this? I was a little misleading, actually. I didn't see this until just now. Jaime actually also, so Hawkins Jr. also had 18 points.
Oh.
So both of those would have been correct answers. I didn't see Jaime's 18. I just saw Thomas's 18. But Bam and Herro both had 17. Jimmy had 15. So it was a balanced scoring attack in the season finale last year. But I'll go with Thomas Bryant because that's the more obscure answer. So this looks like since Jaime technically tied Thomas Bryant last year, Jaime is going to be the leading scorer on the final day of the regular season for the Heat in back-to-back years. 18 last year, he puts up a 3 here, airballs it. Jesus Christ. And he's going to have close to 30. He has 31 today. All right, that's the end of 3 quarters. It's fourth quarter time. Final quarter of the regular season. Put the paws in the air. Type those 4s. Final day of the regular season. Type those 4s. Final fourth quarter of the regular season. Harper, Vidbully, Mannix, NBA champions, YFN, Dylan, Harper, Justin. Christopher says Final Four. That's right. Fourth quarter from April. Christopher's typing those fours. 2 days info. Potentially the last game in Miami, too, by the way. Because if the Heat don't make the playoffs, even if they win a play-in game, no play-in game will happen in Miami. So the only way the Heat come back to the Kaseya Center before the October preseason would be if the Heat make the playoffs.
So the last swag surf of the season.
Last swag surf is correct. Yes, we are going live for the play-in. You think we'd be live for this game, but not the play-in? We'll be live on Wednesday. Hopefully the Heat are the first game. They'll probably be the second game. Now I'm thinking about it. Because in Chicago, and that's Central Time. So they'll put that one a little bit later.
Oh, because like 8 o'clock start.
Do they do East and West, right? That's how they do it? They don't do like the 9-10 games the same day. It's East and West.
Let's see.
I know we play Wednesday. I don't know what other team play Wednesday. If it's Atlanta or Orlando, that'll be the first game.
No, it's West.
Oh, it is West
Yeah.
East? Oh, cool. So we'll be the first game. Never mind. Yeah, because the West will be later than us. West will absolutely be later than us. One more quarter here, folks. Apachito's in the building. Herro, we're underway for the final quarter of the regular season. Heat down 8. Heat already locked into the 10th seed. This game really doesn't do anything for Miami. If they lose and the Suns win, they technically could tie Phoenix for the 10th best odds in the lottery, and it'll come down to a coin flip. But I don't envision the Suns winning today because they're playing the Kings, who have to win to host a play-in game against Dallas. So the Kings will try to beat Phoenix. Phoenix doesn't give a shit. And it will likely be a blowout in the Kings' favor. Whoa! What a sequence there from Miami. Josh Christopher with a crazy rejection inside. Whoa! We got bodies flying. And then Rozier had a crazy layup. And now he lobs it to the ceiling. Good pass there from Hawkes to Christopher for a layup. And the Showtime Heater in action. He cut the deficit down to 4. Showtime Heat. And now Vucevic is fouled inside. Is Jovic going to be available for the playoffs? Probably not. That's 100% goaltending. I said this when he got hurt initially, when they said he'll be reevaluated in 4 to 6 weeks. If he got reevaluated for, just say, in the middle, 5 weeks, that would have put him being reevaluated like this past week. And then he's got to get ramped up to play. So, yeah, like, I don't know. Oh, boy. The choke for Rory McIlroy is already on. I don't know if you know this because I don't know if you follow golf. Rory is known. He was unbelievable. Like, when he was younger, like in 2012, 2014, he was looked at as like the next Tiger Woods. He won all the majors, winning so many events, was just disgusting at golf at such a young age. But he's kind of plateaued. But he's still always been one of the top 5 golfers in the world. He just can never win the big event again. I don't know. But Roy has also had some collapses in big events. Leading the entire day yesterday. Leading going into the day today. And he just started the day with a double bogey. And now we are tied at 10 under after 1 hole. Nope. Well, hitting the bunker. Jaquez with a thunderous dunk. 2-point game. He hit the fairway bunker, had the chip out because he couldn't get to the green because he had a weird stance, and then 3-putted for a double. Wild. He's going to collapse again. And he's trying to do the Grand Slam. This would do the Grand Slam because he's got all 3 majors won besides the Masters. He's been chasing this for 11 years to get the Grand Slam. Roy, yep, you like Roy. What a spinning layup inside by Jaime Jaquez Jr. Not 3-point game, 99-96. We are tied at 10 under after Bryson parred the first hole. Wow. Co-leaders. What a Masters we have on our hands. Can't wait to watch this after this game. 3 step back by Christopher, no, and the Wizards still have the 3-point lead. See someone asking about Walter Clayton. I would think about Walter Clayton at pick 23 with where the Warriors pick. But I'd try to take a lead guard in the draft with our lottery pick, assuming we keep it. Assuming we miss the playoffs and keep the pick. Jaquez inside again. Is he going to go for 40? I think he is. He's 3 points away. Bob Carrington with a terrible step back 3 comes up short. Rozier inside. We're just rejected. I mean, this guy is horrible. He's 1 for 9, Justin. And then Champagne gets blocked on the other end. What is this about? And then Rozier's going to try another 3. Oh, my God. This guy is the worst player I've ever seen. Kobe Jones inside with a left-hand layup. You know what I always get impressed with, Justin? How the broadcast camera people pick up the golf ball. How do they do that? You know how hard it is to fucking have that thing fly at the speed and distance it does, and they're able to track it with their camera? That's just ridiculous camera work.
Oh, yeah, they get paid the big bucks for a reason.
It's just camera operators, but it's a skill, and they do it at a really good job. All right, fourth quarter time. We'll tell you about our sponsor on the live show one last time before we get into crunch time. That sponsor is Prize Picks, the best daily fantasy sports platform there is. Today's show is sponsored by Prize Picks, the #1 daily fantasy sports platform I play every single day. It's so easy. All you do is pick more or less on 2 or more player stat projections, and you can win up to 1,000 times your cash. Join over 10 million users and sign up today. You can mix and match player projections from different sports. With basketball in the postseason, you can go baseball, hockey, golf, esports, and much more. They invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks does not hit. They have weekly promotions like Flex Friday, Taco Tuesday. Example, on Taco Tuesday, each player or that they discount can be up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineups. I have an entry for tonight's game, as I always do. Not many Heat games left, so we have to take advantage of the ones that we do have. I've got more than Kalel Ware, 1.5 3-pointers made. It's game 82, folks. He's going to just chuck them up, and I think he's making 2 of them, so I'll take the Demon. Also, Jaquez back in the starting lineup. Yeah, I'll take his more than on 16 points. I'll go less than on Alex Sarr, 15.5 points. Ware is going to lock him up. Sarr is not as good as our guy Kalel. That's a 3-player entry right there. Join me and millions of others. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. One more time, download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your... Who you got, folks? We're getting the fourth quarter time. Wizards Heat. Who's winning it? Final game of the year. MIA for the Heat. WS for the Wizards. We'll change that live poll. People still rocking with Miami. I can't believe Jaime Jaquez Jr. is going to have a 40 burger. What happened to the game I love, Justin?
Think he could maybe get to 50?
Oh my God, if he gets to 50, that's Malachi Flynn levels of 50-point performances.
I think it's possible. He's
13
been shooting
points
the
in the final 7 minutes. They've been letting him chuck all day. Might as well just keep it rolling. Oh, Jaquez almost shot a 3. He definitely traveled, by the way. I watched him literally take a step without dribbling. Jaime driving, kicking. It's going to be a Christopher 3. And he bottoms it. And it's a 3-point game yet again. Josh Christopher with 9 points on the evening. Vucevic drops it off. Lazy defense by Kashad Johnson. I know it's game 82, Justin, but if you're a two-way guy trying to put good tape on and film going into the offseason where you don't have a contract, probably shouldn't be beat back door because you're ball watching.
Maybe that's why you're a two-way player.
Christopher inside lays it up and in off of a Jaquez assist. So back to a 3-point game. Halfway through this fourth quarter, 106-103. Kobe Jones gets it over to Champagny for 3. Boy, has he just been hot from 3 for Washington today. That's his 4th triple. He's got 22 points. Jaquez facing up on Carrington, driving, floater. I mean, this is just ridiculous. Anything that he is doing is working. How about the starting or the 5-man group on the Wizards court right now? All having 13 or more points, 3 of them in 20. Vucevic with a 3. He's got 28 points. Timeout Miami. I mean, this is getting ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous, folks. Still got 250 people watching. Make sure you have subscribed if you haven't already. We'll be live on Wednesday for the play-in game against the Bulls. Sounds like we'll be the early game. What's the other game? Oh, I guess we don't know the matchup.
It would be
Are they
Kings,
9-10 games?
Yeah, it would be
okay,
Kings,
so it'll
Mavericks.
be Kings Mavericks. Yeah, in Sacramento. Yeah, that'll be the night game. I'm curious to see what time it would be though, because if it's a 6:30 Eastern time game or 7:30, I guess 6:30 Central isn't that early.
I think it's 6:30
Eastern?
Yeah, if
They
I
wouldn't
remember.
make the Bulls play at 5:30 Central time, would they? That's
Oh no. Well, 6:30 Central.
6:30 for us. Okay, yeah. But we still have another 5.5 minutes to go in this one. I'm curious to see what happens with Rozier this offseason, as people are talking about. I mean, worst season of his career, this one, without a question. $26.6 million contract. It's expiring, which is a valuable thing in the NBA because teams like to have that money come off the books. You could use his contract in a big trade. You can use his contract just to have it run out and have more money to spend next offseason. Not this one, but the next. So it's interesting. Bam only averaging 9.6 rebounds this year. Dagger. Couldn't get to that 10 number again like he did last season. Part of that is him moving to the 4 in the second half of the year and Kel'el Ware being the starting center. All right, Hawkes top of the key. Heat down by 7. Christopher now working inside. Kicks it back out to Jaime. Jaime with 39 points. Christopher gets another 3-point look. That one doesn't go. How about this Pacers-Cavs game? They just flashed the score on the bottom ticker. 9 minutes to go. Pacers only have 78 points. That's very unlike Game 82 hoops, specifically for a team like Indiana.
Well, did you see the Celtics Hornets score too?
Yeah. The Knicks and Nets are still in the third quarter. They start at the same time as us. How is that possible? Christopher with a steal and a slam. I will say this, Justin. For whatever reason, we're going to be like the first game to finish. They all started at noon.
Not a lot of fouls.
Magic Hawks are close to being done. Yeah. Was there a delay in the Knicks game? They're just entering the fourth quarter.
When I think I was getting our food, they just hit halftime.
Another weird part, like, don't NBA games usually take, like, we've been on stream for not even 2 hours. The game's almost over. This is like the quickest NBA game of all time. Like, I seriously mean that. Why is it, did I miss? I guess now I'm thinking about it, I don't see a lot of people shooting free throws today. But like no stoppages. Now I'm thinking about it.
The third and fourth quarter kind of flew by without any stoppage in play.
Now I'm thinking about it. You're right. They took a really late stoppage in the third. It was like a minute 30. Interesting. Whoa! What a lob from Josh Christopher. All right. 114-109 with 3.5 to go. Ooh, Rozier almost stole away from Champagne. Doesn't. Now he drives on Johnson. Can't make the left-handed layup. There is a foul here, and there will be free throws. 3:30 to go. Free throws coming for Washington. Bummer that we have to be here for so long. We would have had it been earlier today.
Oh, I would have been ecstatic.
Missed free throw by Washington. Can Jaime get the 4? Oh, 2 missed free throws by Kobe Jones. Can Jaime get the 40 burger? Rozier gets it over to Hawkes on the left wing. Spinning, dropping it off to Christopher. Christopher's at a big fourth quarter, but misses that one inside. Offensive rebound, Kashad Johnson. Hawkes in the left wing. Let it fly, Jaime. Deep 3. No. Rebound gathered by Washington. Carrington in transition, right wing 3. No good. I still will believe in Bub Carrington. The eyes, to me, don't lie. Even though the eyes told me Jalen Hood-Schifino was going to be good too. Christopher in transition lays it up and in. It's a 3-point game.
He gets to 20. Game. How much hype does he get?
Who?
Christopher.
Yeah, he does get a lot of buzz. He's kind of stinks. He get a steal. Hawkes picks up the loose ball. Down 3 with 2.5 to go. Are the Heat going to pull this one out? I actually don't care if they win or lose because I know the Kings aren't going to lose to the Suns. So, like, to me, everything's already locked into place for Miami, and this is a random game. Christopher driving inside, bumps, floater, no good. Rebound, tipped around, grabbed by the Wizards. Oh, my God. Unbelievable choke job. Took one hole. 3-on-1 break for Miami. They miss a dunk. Game 82 hoops, folks. Game 82 hopes. The 2:30 games all have something to play for. Most of the West, at least. Every game in the East meant nothing. Another steal. Here comes the Heat. Kashad Johnson. That's a charge. They're going to say it's a block and one. And Kashad Johnson is a free throw away from tying this game at 114. I feel like Washington's going to challenge this. I thought it was a charge.
Quietly selfish basketball.
That was, yeah, you should have given it back up. No challenge from Washington, so it looks like it will be a free throw to tie for Johnson. He's got 16 points in this game. Hey, can you please stop spamming MVP, or we'll have to put you in timeout. Seven-0 run by the Heat. We're tied up with under a minute and a half to go. The drama in Miami with game 82, a game that means nothing. Carrington gets a screen. Guarded by Rozier. Over to A.J. Johnson. Johnson trying to make a move. Over to Kobe Jones. His three-point attempt. No. Heat have a chance to take the lead. Jaquez with the board. Jaime driving. Loses the handle. Turned over. Wizards in transition. Slow it down with a minute to go. Here we go. I know. I don't know why. He could have put it up ahead and got a whatever. Carrington isolating on Kyle Anderson. A deep three. No. Rebound to Miami with 35 seconds to go. Here we go, folks. Here we go. Jaquez to the rim, fouled with 25 seconds, and Jaime can make a free throw to give Miami the lead, but also give himself a 40-point performance on the last day of the regular season. He's also 3 assists away from a triple-double, Justin. And the Heat have a lead, 115-114. $40 points for Jaquez in 40 minutes. And I guess we have a timeout on the floor. I don't know why all of a sudden we're having political comments in our stream. Do you see these? Had some like Mexico shit, and then this.
Now I see it. What on earth?
I don't know what's going on over here. 115-114, Miami leading by 1 after losing the most of this game. Jaime Jaquez Jr. with an unbelievable performance this far. 40 points, 10 boards, 7 assists. Just gave the Heat the lead with a free throw and has a chance to make it a 2-point game. And Bryson DeChambeau is now leading the Masters, coming into the trailing by 2 after 2 holes, leads by 1.
Did they tee off at the same time?
Yeah, they're in the same pairing.
And I'm assuming it's them. It's between them only, more or less.
Well, we'll see. It was pretty much coming into the day, but because the lead went from 12 and now it's at 11, a couple players are still in it at 7 or 8 under. If they can make a quick little run, I honestly think 12 under might, with them coming down to 11, 10, tough conditions on the back 9 on the final day of Augusta. I think 12 under could be the winning score. 12 or 13. What's a couple? Louis Aberg, Corey Connors. It's a 4-horse race at this point, but likely going to be Bryson or Roy. Hawkes makes both free throws. It's a 2-point lead. Heat are on a 9-0 run. The Wizards haven't scored in 3.5 minutes. What does Washington have in store for us? Carrington. Pull-up mid-range shot for the tie. No! Rebound, Christopher. And they're going to have to foul Christopher. So with 8.5 seconds left, the Heat have 2 free throws to put this game basically on ice. How about that? Are the Heat going to somehow get a win here? This game means absolutely nothing. The only thing it does is solidify them having the 11th best lottery odds if they were to miss the playoffs. Christopher does make the first. It's a 3-point game. So he's now 1 free throw away from pretty much putting this one on ice. And he makes both. It's a 4-point Heat lead. Washington will use their final timeout to try to script up a 3-pointer. But it is looking like the Heat come all the way back to get a win here. I see the chat spamming W's. Should we just start spamming W's now? Say, who cares? The game's over. Up 4 with 8 seconds left. You know what? Let's do it. Who cares? Heat wins. Hype those W's. They're playing Papos in the arena, which means they think it's over. Spam those W's. The Heat get a win on game 82. Their record will be 38-44. Not great, but winners of 2 straight going into the play-in. The only way the Heat lose this one is if the Wizards somehow get an and 1-3, I guess. That would be it. That would be it. We'll see if the Heat ultimately make the postseason. I don't think they do, but... Carrington 3. Uh-oh. I don't know how that happened, folks. Can I be honest, Justin? How did that happen? I looked down for 1 second, and the next thing you know, the Wizards hit a 3. Nobody guarded the inbounder. Oh, look who. Guess who? Terry Rozier. Dumbass. Champagny inbounds it. Rozier leaves the inbounder to go contest Carrington getting it, and it's right back to the inbounder for a wide open 3, and he hit it. My question is, Justin, why are you leaving? There was good defense. It's not like he was open coming to the top of the key. Truly don't understand that.
Kind of would be amazing if they blew it.
If the Heat lost, it'd be hilarious. Like I said, this game means absolutely nothing in terms of any standing. So I think it would be objectively hilarious for the Heat to find a way to lose. Whether they turn it over here and then the Wizards score, or they only make 1 free throw and the Wizards hit a 3 to win it. Major, I'm not even going to address that comment. I'm so dead serious. Thinking that this game means anything is crazy. Crazy. They get it in. Oh, my God. They almost turned it over. Oh, they did. The Heat just turned it over. We spam W's and we're going to lose. The Heat just turned it over. Backcourt violation. Josh Christopher walked over the line like a dumbass. Wait a minute. Now they're going to review it.
Oh, no.
No, his foot hit the line. Yeah, that's on the line. Wizards with 4 seconds left has a chance to win it. What an all-time sequence here, Justin. They're having a hard time getting it in. They get it into Carrington. Carrington gets inside, running floater at the buzzer. Oh my God, he made it! Oh my God, as the clock expired, the clock went 0. The Heat lose. The Heat lose. 119-118. The Heat lose. I mean, you can't make it up. We went up 4 with 8 seconds left, and we said, we spammed those W's. There's no way we lose. Unless they gave up a 3 in 1.5 seconds, turn it over, and then give up. This was a disgusting bucket, by the way. Yeah, he got it out in time, and he banked it home. That is fucking hilarious. Dude, this was tough as... Oh, that was tough as fuck.
Bam in the background. They showed it again.
I'm watching Bam's reaction. Oh, this angle's not going to show it. Dude, that is a crazy tough shot. All right, Major, since you said, oh, they should have been playing Kashad and Josh Christopher. They couldn't even beat the Wizards. Don't want to hear it from you. That is freaking hilarious. My goodness. 119 and 118 loss. That's good. That's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. That is good stuff. All right. Unless we get a couple super chats here, we're going to sign off on the last regular season watch party. We have a game on Wednesday, so we have one more stream. And then we'll see what happens after that. We'll have a video out later today. And a super chat comes in the next minute. Stay live. If not, we'll see you Wednesday on a live show. He's going in timeout. I can't believe the Heat lost. That was hilarious. I mean, unbelievable. You can't make it up, folks. What's up, Matt?
What if the Kings somehow lose today in that shot?
If the Kings somehow lose to the Suns beat the Kings, and then we win the flip to beat the 10th best odds, and then somehow win the lottery, I will build Bub Carrington a statue in the city of Miami myself. I'm not, like, there's a lot that has to happen here. That could be one of the most meaningless basketball plays that has an unbelievable domino effect on the history of the NBA. I'm being so serious that it could be crazy. It could be crazy. All right, no super chats came in. We're going to head out. We'll see you Wednesday with a live show for the Heat Bulls play-in game. We'll have video later today and videos Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday leading you up to that game. Pigeon Base says, hey, where's my super chat? We have not. We didn't get one, my friend. We didn't get one. All right. So I don't know if you sent one and it didn't get through or didn't go through. I don't know. But either way, we did not get it. Because it would show up in the chat if it went through. So, all right. Peace. NBA champions saying, wait. Why are we waiting, NBA champions? If you waste my time, I'm never talking to you again. Why am I waiting? He says, I'll send one. Got a minute. If you waste 1 minute of my time, I'm never talking to you again. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, fuck you, dude. All right, peace out. Unbelievable. Right, I saw that coming from a mile away.